Welcome to For Love and Play. I'm matchmaker comic Yael Meisels. With me is comedians Keenan Weaver and Louie B. For Love and Play, the show about dating like a goddamn adult. We're going to discuss who to spend your time with for love or for play. Let's do it, boys.
This show contains adult content for entertainment purposes. Listener discretion is advised.
Not a doctor.
Thank you for listening in to For Love and Play. I'm your host, Keenan Weaver, back with my favorite people, the Queen, Yael. What's going on, girl?
What's good? Happy Saturday. I am finally walking around the land of the living. It's a miracle. I'm not going to be a bitch anymore. Things are awesome. How are you guys?
We are good. And the defender of the free world, savior of Independence Day, stopping us from the aliens, Louie B. What's up, man?
Yeah, why are we still using fossil fuels if we got this hybrid technology? That's what I need to know.
We'll take that on your show.
Yeah.
We have a very special guest with us today. He is a dating advice, relationship expert. He runs a blog called Dear John Powers. His advice has been featured on OkCupid, Match.com. Mr. John Powers, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Woo!
I'm great. Great to join you guys. How are you?
Thank you for being here.
Oh my.
You wanted to bring a special topic to the show today, and it's about loving yourself first. Before we jump into it, Louie, tell the people how they can join in on the conversation.
This is what I need you people to do. First, you could email us at forloveandplay@gmail.com. Also, you can hit us up on our Facebook at facebook.com/forloveandplay. Also, For Love and Play is spelled with the number 4, love and play. Also, you could follow us on our Twitters also at forloveandplay.com. Take it away, Kanan.
Well, thank you. So, as I said earlier, we're going to talk about loving yourself, your self-worth, knowing that. John, I'll let you jump right in. What say you about maybe the art of loving yourself first before we jump into relationships with others?
Well, I think it's the most important thing that a person can do. I mean, you can't love another person until you love yourself. Personally, I love myself at least once a day, sometimes twice a day.
Ooh.
And, you know, there are times when...
It's the weather. It's okay.
What's
you can't
that?
help it. It's the weather. You can't help it.
No, that's true. Plus, I'm irresistible.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
There are times when I turn myself down and I have to say, what's the matter? Am I too good for me?
Right.
Do I not love me anymore?
Ho ho.
The most important thing you can do, it starts here, you know? If you love yourself, then you'll have more love to give, and people will be able to tell that you are in love with yourself and that you have a lot of love to give.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Charity begins at home.
Damn straight.
So that's interesting, though. I feel like self-love and self-awareness is just a struggle. It's an ongoing struggle. Something that we gain clarity on, hopefully, as the days go on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, how do you make sure to like set your standard of like loving yourself first, and what's the relation to finding that and having it to your, before you get into partnerships?
Well, basically, I think it starts by taking good care of yourself. And, I joke about self-fulfillment, but what it really means to me is feeling good about the things that you're doing. And it makes you feel good about who you are. And I think that puts you in a better place to treat somebody else well and enter a relationship as a whole person.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people out there who they're trying to get into relationships, but they don't really know who they are. They don't really know what they want. And they're entering this relationship at 70 or 80% of themselves. And how the heck are you going to combine with somebody else and end up at a full percentage of some kind? Really, it's starting a relationship at a negative deficit.
Okay. And you had, before we got into it, you had an example of like someone came to you with a question that the response is this topic. Can you give like maybe a slight backstory on that and how this is applicable?
Absolutely. A dear old friend of mine is dating somebody who I think he can do a lot better than, frankly. I think he is looking at himself like he's not worthy of love. So the person that he's with isn't treating him very well, and he's not really giving a damn that he's not being treated well. And, I had to corner him at one point and say, dude, come on, man, you have self-worth, you have value, you're a good dude, and you could do a lot better than this chick. So, not to put her down at all, I'm sure that she's just fine.
No, there's a lid to every pot, and for some reason people don't like to accept that there is a reason you don't work. There's a reason. There's a reason your relationship may have all of these variables, but y'all bitches don't get along. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know how many times I feel like I have sent energy into the universe? This is what I want. I see it. It's Donald Trump. I mean, I'm serious. I'm not kidding you. I'm not joking. The biggest fish in the fucking ocean swim to me, which is awesome. That means I have to weed out the nastiest brands of arrogance, wealth, white privilege, Jewish privilege, da-da-da-da-da. I used to struggle, but now look what I did. There is a personality that is behind a person who does that shit. You've got to be able to live with it. The rewards are plenty if you can stand who they are. Well, there's only one Kim and there's only one Kanye. These people couldn't stay matched at all
for real.
Until they found each other. And mark my word, this is a match literally from God. They will never get divorced. Never. Never.
Well, I think what you're talking about is people with a lot of things going for them. And I don't mean to disparage anybody, but this girl that he's with really doesn't have a lot going for her. And I think that he does, and I think that he could do a lot better.
So is it just that? Is the basis just you're in a relationship where you think someone can do better, that means there's a lack of love for self, there's a lack of standard, or is there more things to how this other person is treating said person that is leading to that discussion as well?
Well, I think, Keenan, what you're talking about is two different things, because as important as it is to find the right person, it's also the basis of all of my dating advice to put yourself first. So if you're not capable at this point of being okay with who you are and really knowing what you bring to the table, you're obviously not going to attract somebody who you really want to be with. You know what I mean? If you're having self-esteem or self-worth issues, the people that are going to be coming knocking down your door are not necessarily going to be the ones who you would actually want to be with long term.
Right. If you are radiating your best self, then you will attract that likeness.
Yeah, I mean, I could really see that, because I mean, me, I'm single right now, and what I've been doing is I take myself out. I mean, I take myself to the movies. Like, I think we discussed this at a earlier episode. I started doing this thing called master dating, where yeah, it's an actual term. Google it. It's MASTURDATING. So, just in case everyone was thinking, oh, you're talking about jacking.
Wait, what is this bitch here?
What? Oh, uh-oh.
What?
Yeah. No, never mind. So anyways, just ignore Keenan. No, you take yourself to the movies, you dinner, you learn to do what you like.
Yeah.
Cuz some people don't even know what they like. Some people don't, I'm trying to open up my own horizon, see what I like. I just realized I might be into musicals. I didn't see it, but I saw like a video of that new show Hamilton, and I'm trying to get tickets. So it's like
you like musicals because you saw the best Broadway show to hit Broadway since Cats.
I know. I had to.
Such a far stretch.
It is. I mean, because you had to give yourself
the hip hop musical on Broadway that's sweeping the nation.
Yeah, well, it's weird because I told my father I wanted to see Hamilton, and he looked at me like I'm suspect now.
He doesn't know.
Cats wasn't all that great. I was very disappointed by Cats.
I felt kind of, I saw the new 2015 version of Les Miserables. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, and I enjoyed, not the musical, the movie.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that, and for weeks I was guilty. I felt really bad about myself.
Well, if there's a lady out there, use hashtag for Love and Play with Louis B, and join him on his show tunes endeavors so he can stop masturbating.
3,500, 600 minutes. Oh, wait. Uh-oh.
Wrong show.
Yeah, I'm not about to bust.
But I get into to bring it back. To bring it back, somehow I actually get into very random conversations about relationships with strangers, and I happened to get in one yesterday. I'm in the city, and this older lady actually was explaining me a dating situation that she's in. Older, saying probably 40s, 50s, like that.
That's pretty old.
And
was she attractive?
Yeah, she's fine.
Did you smash?
1 to 10.
This is not a relationship with me. She was telling me her relationship.
That don't mean nothing. Did you smash?
Just stop. I don't go around doing
not
that
his
all the
style.
time.
That's a lie.
Okay, so what's
she's telling me about this? She's telling me about this guy she's been dating. It started in March, and they were seeing each other very consistently for the past couple of months. And about 3 weeks ago, he drops this bomb of he's not interested in any type of relationship. Right? That he enjoys her company, but doesn't want anything serious. And again, I only tell the age because it was shocking to me that sounds like a very 20-ish-year-old phrase from dudes.
Yeah.
So it was shocking to me to see someone, this super adult dating, to still be dealing with that, to me, immature level of dumb guy shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what, to still be doing that.
That actually reminds me of something that I wrote a while back called, What is Your Mental Age? Because it is a personal philosophy of mine that each of us stops progressing mentally at a certain point in our lives. I'll see 50 or 60-year-old guys out there as if they're 25-year-olds, driving on a motorcycle or listening to the same music that they listened to in the early 70s. And I'm thinking,
Lantern t-shirts.
This guy is not 50. This guy is 24, and he's going to go out and get shit-faced tonight and take advantage of some girl and behave like a child in a 50-year-old's body.
Woohoo!
So,
sign me up.
And then we're talking about this, and I let her know. I'm like, okay, well, that was shocking that, one, this guy hasn't, like you said, progressed out of whatever that era was for him. Here he has a potential of a very nice woman who I would think, depending on the relationship, would be good, right?
Sure.
But he's fucking it up with his immaturity. To move forward, though, after he says this, and she accepts his position, she's like, okay, well, I mean, that's kind of disheartening. Like, you just flipped the switch. We were pretty much progressing into a relationship. From what I've seen, the relationship that I've been a part of since March seemed like that's where we were going. But if that's not what you want, fine. So she kind of pulls back. And then this is how I know the guy is immature. He did the typical, oh, wait, she's pulling back. Now let me go hard.
Yeah.
So since that conversation, all of a sudden now they're talking every day. They're almost seeing each other every day. And he's doing relationship stuff. And that's when I told her, okay, well, that was your mistake there. See, what you did was you said one thing. You said, fine, if you don't want a relationship, we can just talk, but I'm going to go date other people. But then you did relationship actions. So you're not loving yourself enough to set the standard of not being relationship girl in this guy that doesn't want to be a relationship, and 2, being consistent with what you truly want with yourself. That's what loving yourself is really about, is being consistent in how you feel, being honest with how you feel, and making sure that that's consistent in your actions.
You're absolutely right. She's given up herself and given this guy another chance, who has already admitted that he's not looking for anything serious. When a guy shows interest when you pull away, I mean, that just shows that he wasn't that interested to begin with, but that he's afraid of losing something.
He'll run after you. Men leave nothing behind. I tell this to women all the time. If he accidentally leaves a sock in your home, in the event it's an honest accident, it would be just about one of the first honest accidents I've ever seen.
Actually, that's not entirely true. I've left. Demon, you would probably understand this and be a little upset. I left the black cover Amazing Spider-Man number 36, the one where it's about the 9/11 issue. at a girl's house. I still haven't gotten it back.
Oh no!
Did you try to attempt to get it back?
I tried to, but I mean, you know, I would have had to start dating her again.
Yeah. See, that's why you should always follow my rule: is you don't bring anything that you need.
Yeah.
All of my clothes have a Mission Impossible. This message will self-destruct whenever I go to a young lady's house. So just in case I forget it, it disintegrates into thin air.
Yeah. I mean, I just had to write it off.
Never have to worry about coming back to see her again.
Yeah,
for any reason.
I basically just wrote it off on my taxes.
That's what you just got to know.
Yeah.
No, the shitty thing that women do, I gave a friend of mine a bunch of clothes, like hundreds of dollars worth of clothes that don't, I would have given them to Goodwill anyway, that's not the point. The hoe had the audacity to ask me if she could put them in my Vivienne Westwood travel bag. One of a kind, eBay find, might not ever see it again. Then she pulls the fucking crazy out. I have a hex on you till the bag comes home. You understand? Women are nuts. Any woman who leaves shit at your home, you know what you do? You take it to FedEx. It's their problem now. That's right. I feel like not a problem.
That one
FedEx.
I completely agree with. Like, and women try to do that, like, quote unquote, mark their territory. They'll leave items in your apartment, and it is a 20-minute lost and found. Like, you've got until you've gotten home to tell me that you accidentally forgot this. Otherwise, it's thrown. Like, I had one girl come back. She's like, "What happened to my, I don't know, it was some, like, apricot, cucumber, melon, raspberry, something scent thing." And I was like, "Oh, I threw it out." She's like, "Why would you do that?" I was like, "Well, I frankly didn't expect to see you again." But my house...
Oh, that's how you know you have a very active dating life, is when you find different pieces of clothing and you don't remember whose they are.
No, I knew who it was. I just expected her not to come back. Like I wasn't. It's a whole different. You gotta listen to the show.
He left her from
brand of human, John. He's a different brand of fucked up. But it's nice because he's in the.
But you
shell
gotta do the
of pretty and
como.
normal.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do when someone leaves. You gotta do the top to bottom navy swab the deck of your whole apartment.
Oh yeah,
because they will purposely try to leave stuff.
Keenan hires crime scene cleaners after every date just to go over what to find. Yeah. Oh, yo, you left a strand of hair at my house.
And the crazy thing is,
he would never even. It would have to be bigger than a strand of hair. I'd have to have left like a child or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm saying
no children are even allowed
in the home, right?
Yeah. My apartment is so not child friendly. There's like glass, sharp metals everywhere, like on purpose. It's
you bring children into Keenan's house, that's your fault.
There's no plastic on electric covers. There's actually like wet rags hanging out of outlets. It's just
What?
He has open wires exposed just to be safe, so we should know.
He actually has an alligator roaming.
Don't bring kids at all. That is not what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you
Razor
love your
blades
child.
on the floor, just in case you're in the floor for a reason, he'll make sure there's some razor blades.
There is a real distinction between a relationship where somebody can leave stuff at your place or not. And I think these people that try to leave stuff at your place too early really need to have some things explained to them.
Yes, they're trying to force something.
Yes.
Then that's what I was saying with that girl. It wasn't that the turnover was so quick. It was just that she wasn't a guaranteed we'll see each other again. That's not the relationship that we were in. Mm-hmm. But she assumed that leaving this was her position of, oh yeah, we'll definitely see each other again.
Yeah.
That's not what was earned.
Yeah.
You don't listen to our show, Sister Child. You need to listen to For Love and Play and get to know this man.
What's with that? What's with that accent?
I'm just saying. First of all, he dates Beyonce, so every woman he dates is gorgeous and beautiful.
Oh, he likes
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't know why she does this.
I don't know. I'm almost offended.
Can't expect Keenan to go listen to this show before you lust after Keenan.
She's hyping
You might not lust after him after you listen to the show. He's one of those personality people we talk about who are loved and tolerated.
We should really start a reality show. So you want to date Keenan Weaver?
So you want to tolerate? It's not even date. You want to
tolerate Keenan Weaver?
You want to tolerate Keenan Weaver?
I'll be the
high and low today for women brave enough to take on the challenge that is.
So what up, dog? You want to tolerate Keenan Weaver? Do you know? So here, eat this bowl of. Can you cook rice?
No, Keenan will have test her with a Thanksgiving and Christmas feast first.
Actually, no, it'll be some sort of Ninja Warrior type obstacle course. If you could get past
Game of Thrones.
Get past my defense. Damn, goddamn Game of Thrones. Oh,
it is.
Goddamn Game of
Keenan,
Thrones.
what is it that makes you so selective on who you let in?
He don't give a fuck.
I think it's on everybody. So it's not even just relationships. It's just that I feel like I love myself to the fullest, and I don't have time to waste with bullshit people. So either we're going to progress together, right? And this is going to work at a flowing state, or it's just not going to work. And I'm going to make sure that I stop it instantly. I'm not wasting any time. I had a conversation with my boy last night. We were kind of talking about similar to this, of how he's just the extra nice guy. And it's not to say that I'm not a nice guy, but there's a girl that loves him, but he is not really it's not mutual at the moment. It's not mutual, right? I have the same situation, but I completely ignore the girl. I told her yo, but it's not I don't do the random ignoring. I don't do the worried ignoring. I literally text, okay, I'm going to ignore you now. It was
do you send the text, Keenan? Seriously?
I sent the text. I said, I'm going to ignore you now. So
how did you get back?
You're not in the dark. You don't understand how bad it is for someone to be on the other end and you ghost them and they're just in the dark and you're
just trying to be an asshole and this bitch won't leave you alone.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to let you know that it's not because I'm busy. It's not because I got sick. It's not because the game's on. It is literally because I am done talking to you.
So why don't you properly break up? Why not? Hello, Susan, Kimberly, Stacy, whatever. We are not dating anymore. Bye.
This one won't take that. She just won't take that.
Keenan Weaver has initiated ignoring sequence.
But he literally he'll do there's little things we had the conversation when a girl passively aggressively says do you miss me, right? She sends you the "Do you miss me" text, and he goes, because he's just this nice guy. He goes, well, he literally said, no, I just talked to you 4 days. This is what he told me. I just talked to you 4 days ago. No, I didn't miss you. Like, we haven't been like blah 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 blah. But now that you said that, I have to say yes, I miss you. So that's giving her a different signal. Where I go, my response to the same text is, no, I just talked to you 4 days ago. Like, that's what it would be.
Actually, Keenan, I ask you that same question, and you always say yes.
Because I do. I missed that you didn't even say anything for the past 30 seconds. Like, that's just the truth. And that goes back to saying,
yep,
the love yourself is to be honest in yourself and in your actions throughout.
I don't know.
Also,
Keenan just saying that.
A big problem is that people have a very hard time hiding who they are. You can't hide anymore. Shit's all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the nonsense videos all over YouTube of being stupid with your friends. You're not a secret. You're verifiable at this point. Mm-hmm. You might as well just be honest. I feel like
be honest and
make
be who
life
you are.
easier
Like,
for
I
everybody.
mean, seriously, there's the Keenan Weaver migration patterns for the summer.
Well, it seems like there's so much foreplay and bullshit that goes on in dating. Yeah. I like the Keenan approach, where you're just very straightforward, and I think maybe people just aren't used to that, and they don't really know how to respond. But it's definitely like, the more you push somebody away, the more they're going to try to come back. And I don't know. I would be surprised if that girl that you said you didn't miss, if she's not knocking down your door for a while at least. I don't know. I think it's all about balance. You know, like, picture those old-fashioned scales of justice.
Yeah, I think that's the opposite end of, just like we were saying about the immature dude doing relationship things, leading her this way at the age of 50-something and saying, I don't want a relationship. The flip side for females is when there's clearly a guy saying, this is not going to work, it's not some I'm playing hard to get. Like, don't chase a guy. One, just like I told her, if a guy says I don't want a relationship, but I like you, you don't chase that guy. You take for what he said and you act accordingly. And if there's a guy who's saying this is not going to work, I do not love you, that means he doesn't love you. Like, there's no okay, this is turning me on, I'm going to chase him. Because you're only going to get hurt more in the long run. And that's what I was saying with my boy who sends he responds passively to the passive aggressiveness of this lady, that it's just going to it's just prolonging the situation. It's just going to make it worse later, because then she becomes the girl that goes, oh, he sent all these right signals and now all of a sudden he's different.
And she's the girl that won't go away then, because in that equation,
but look,
usually
for him, here's the two sides of the coin. My side of the coin, his side of the coin is this: he responds passively to the passive aggressiveness, and he is sending signals that this girl wants to hear. Like, when you ask somebody, "Did you miss me?"
Then he's a pussy.
I'm not going to go that far, but he might be right. But what I'm saying is, if he responds in kind, right? She then internalizes this as how she wanted to in the first place, right? So it's validating how she felt and how she thinks he feels about her each step of the way. Remember, we had that episode about women feeling deceived?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you that sometimes you're not reading the signals. This is one of those cases where this becomes a woman who is deceived, because he hasn't had the balls, or whatever you want to say. He hasn't had, because he's trying to be the nice guy, because he wants to not be an asshole like Keenan. She now sees a guy who wants to be in a relationship, who does love her like she loves him. And it's not the case. So as much as he's going to keep doing this, he is hiding his real feelings. That's deception. So now she becomes that girl later on, like, if he does this for a year, she becomes the girl like, oh, all men are dogs. I thought he liked me. Now all of a sudden things don't work out, when it wasn't really all of a sudden. He was just hiding the signals.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that's deception or just indecisiveness.
Right. Where when I go, okay, you do a passive aggressive, do you miss me? And I go, nah. There is no way this girl says, I thought he liked me from a year ago. Like,
no.
Do that, that's because you're crazy. It's not because Keenan deceived you.
Well, let me ask John a question that I actually think is relevant to this topic. So there's a guy that these two gentlemen have been hearing about for a long time. And John, I think I may have solicited you for advice on this gentleman too, prior to having you on the show. Met a guy online 2.5 years ago. Chit chat online, pops up back and forth. Okay, not a boyfriend, not a date, just a friendly person I chat with online. Now, this is obviously before I had zero free time. So now I have zero free time, but we're on and off for 2 years. And finally in November, we broke up for what I believe the final time. And I got closure, clarity, and again, the worst thing to say about him, being fair and honest to him, is that he doesn't love me. That's the worst part about him. He's good, he's honest, he's fair, he never wasted my time, never lied to me once. So as life would change, this is one of the, I'm a little bit different in the human emotions department than most people. I just had a feeling I wanted to see if he was okay. Not even for a, inquisitive ex-girlfriend. I also felt like I learned a lot of lessons in our relationship that I really have to say I wouldn't have learned without him. I'm saying I learned to love someone stronger in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could say this is the relationship that taught me how to love like an adult for real. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Unselfishly. Okay. So, again, goodbye. I sent him a text message around a little bit before Passover time. Just how are you doing? And I said, I really want you to know because you worry a lot that you really deceive, and you didn't. It's just, and I wanted you to know that you're great, and I really appreciate the time that we spent together. I feel like I grew and learned a lot. So we move into a conversation. Turns out the company he's been with forever and ever made lots of, he had to quit. And I'm like, how's it going in the job market? Oh, these jobs are hard to find. Who would know people looking for people like him? Oh, that would be me. So I happen to send out job blasts every day for people, anything I see in Yahoo groups. I send out job leads for friends of mine. So I added him to the list, and this opened a dialogue. Now, yesterday, he and I were texting back and forth, and we were talking about...
Wait, literally yesterday?
Literally yesterday.
Okay.
And I'm saying our relationship has been platonic, and I've been injured for 2 months, so I wasn't going anywhere. So he certainly wasn't coming to visit. I'm saying we just started talking again, almost as friends. And he starts telling me about his relationship, and I was like, listen, you don't even understand what adult love is. You keep trying to go for women, you're a free spirit. You want to travel for work. You want to do all these things, and you date women who babysit you, who have to feel like they have to babysit you and keep you in one place. You're unhappy. Your relationships don't work. My objective is I'm looking for someone who's willing to live life. I'm not here to count your mistakes that you're going to make in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's loving beyond bullshit. Am I going to end a marriage over infidelity? No. Absolutely not. Nope. Too many people do nowadays.
This guy to you, though. One, you initiating the conversation. However you want to say it slid in. This is what I'm saying. However you want to say it slid in, started out as friends. This guy is not your friend. He's your kryptonite. It's just like the girl that I was telling you about. She will always. The last time we blew up, she was like, delete my number, and that's exactly what I did. I just deleted it, and she starts the conversation up a couple of months ago as. Just like you said, I want to see how he's doing. I was thinking, blah, blah. She just goes, hey.
No, this doesn't see how you're doing. I just want you to know that you weren't responsible for all this pain and my life.
Exactly. Whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a chameleon. That
No,
feeling
it's
is still a
not.
chameleon.
Not a chameleon.
You
He has a job
guys
now that he didn't have before.
You got? Didn't we tell you last time? Like, you should just leave him alone.
Yes.
And
I
what
needed
reason?
clarity and closure.
Exactly. What reason? The whole clarity and closure thing is, like I'm saying, that's one of those excuse chameleons. You don't need clarity and closure. You just need closure, and that means to leave and stop talking. That's all that means.
In all fairness, the clarity helps sometimes.
It
does.
It only helps ease the pain. That's all it does.
If you're unresolved about something, then you can't learn anything from it. So to be able to have a definitive reason why it didn't work out can actually be helpful in your next relationship.
So this is how the only thing is the definitive is there. The only thing of I'm trying to talk to this old person that we haven't talked to in a while because I need clarity and closure is not that you're going to gain some new insightful thing of your relationship so that you can move on. It's the fact that you just haven't moved on yet. And people say this because it helps ease the pain of why didn't this work?
Well, there are two things at play here. First off, you'll notice that she reached out around Passover, and there's something about holidays that make us reminisce a little bit more than usual.
Leaving Egypt, I felt like I conquered some around this time, being a spiritual and somewhat religious person. For me, you have to think of your struggles, and it's almost metaphoric that you're celebrating the Passover Seder in commemoration of the Jews that actually left slavery, but spiritually, where were you stuck in Egypt, and where did you move forward? How did you rise above? That's the whole energy of the story of Exodus and Passover. So around holidays like that, John is absolutely right. It's time to clear the air, especially in our culture.
It's not to clear the air. It's because it's a time where the air is full of reminiscing. It's full of memories. And if you haven't moved on to the point where you just want to gain new memories, you then harp on old memories. It's like it's this old Stoic philosophy on like happiness, where what's the word? Ruminate? I don't know. It's something like you know how cows chew grass, they spit the grass back out and they chew it up again.
Regurgitate.
It's not necessarily good for you. That's what we do with negative experiences. We kind of play bad movies in our head over and over again. We redigest it because we haven't really just moved on to the new positive thought. And that's what I am to this girl. That's what to you. Like, I don't care how she starts a conversation with. Even if she starts it as we're just friends, her and I are never friends. We're in the place where it's way more than friends. We have chemistry to the point of we're more than just platonic friends. But I'm not the one to fulfill her dreams of house, children, husband, white picket fence. Like, I'm in the middle of it. And that's always been the struggle in the fights of our relationship, is fighting just that delta. The delta of she wants this and I don't really want that.
It sounds like you don't have a lot of gray area. Are you the type of person who, as soon as you're done dating somebody, which is like a zero contact policy?
Yep.
What's the gray area? What is there for?
I think a lot of people find comfort in staying friendly with people that they've been with.
And that's my point. You want to know what's funny? You know how Facebook has these memories? Before I was a comic, before I had a podcast, before I had a radio show on iHeartRadio, this was like 7 years ago, I wrote a Facebook post, and it just showed up today. And basically it says, saying that you want to be just friends after a breakup is like saying that you want to keep the dog after your dog dies. You just want to keep it. It's not, there's no reason for the gray area, because the gray area just creates this quote unquote, I need clarity and closure. It creates this, what is he doing? What is she doing? It creates the not really moving on. And that's the process. It takes some people longer than others. But for me and her particularly, it's better for her to just, I'm not going to be her husband. I'm not going to make her Miss Weaver. Like, it's just not going to happen. So why keep talking?
because of that other dude you were talking about earlier. Not everybody is as black and white as you are. A lot of dudes, I don't know if it's intentional deviousness, as you said earlier, that it's a devious thing to kind of keep her hanging on. I think it's an indecisiveness. And I think a lot of women deal with these guys who are not, okay, we're done, that's it. I think they're indecisive, and I think they flip-flop. And at some moments, they know it's over, but at other moments they say, why not give it another chance? Why not have one more good night instead of renting a Netflix or some crap?
Mm-hmm. And I think that is the main difference of at least my self-awareness is I am this way. I know who I am, but I also know that I'm not trying to hurt anyone else just because, like, it was a real progression of I thought this would work, but we found out that it didn't work, right? It wasn't a deception thing. It was what you hope for in relationships. It was either they're going to work out or they're not. But to have the play the games and to have the gray areas, I think it's better for me to just be the more blunt asshole up front than the shady asshole along the way. You know what I mean?
I completely agree with you. I think that's a fantastic policy, but I don't think a lot of people are used to it.
No.
No, I'm not at all.
Well,
it's one of the biggest fights I got to get into. Like, it's just...
But Keenan, why can't we just be more? Why don't you just please, Keenan?
Right? Seriously?
And that's selfish.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Keenan said something a while ago that made a lot of sense, and I think it is so actually true, and that something is, like, Keenan is a certain type of guy. He's nice, all of these nice things. Yay! So that does put him at a disadvantage. It does, because women do walk in the door with an expectation of Keenan that is almost unfair. And I would never defend an asshole, believe me. But Keenan, if you listen to him and who he is, he's not an asshole. You have the most honest human being alive. It's when you cannot swallow that honesty, that's where the problems, boom, that's where they kick in.
If everybody doesn't swallow, I think there's going to be problems to begin with.
I'm saying...
I didn't hear it. I just didn't hear it.
I'm sorry. I was responding
No,
to her.
it was interested. It was interesting. Go ahead. If she doesn't swallow, you're probably not going to be interested for long to begin with. Listen, I've said it a million times. What do you call a woman who doesn't give head? Single. 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 That's what you call her.
That was good. But you can finish your comment, y'all. I missed it, though.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying if women would take the time to get to know the wonder that is Keenan Weaver, they might not fall in love so quickly. You might see this as a person who hesitantly, with caution, heavy caution, like level 10 Pentagon security. He's building the wall. He's fundraising for the wall. He is about to build that wall brick by brick himself. This is not a man ever.
Walls are a good idea.
Run for relationship.
Yeah. Actually, we have audio from Keenan Weaver's dating life. How to get past his defenses, or at least the theme song to the song to Keenan's dating life.
You're messing up.
Yeah.
You're messing up.
You know. Yep, you have to get past that door. Okay, you got to put in the code. Then iris scan.
Fourth date comes up.
Yeah. And that's just to get like a nod. Just a nod, an acknowledgement.
But do you understand like how that's consistent? It's not like I do that with just romantic relationships. It's everybody.
Not with
even
me.
Even on the show, I just started calling them my favorite people like 30 episodes in. Like,
yeah, we were not the favorites for a very long time.
I literally was like, nah, these are just colleagues. We're not friends.
Yeah, I don't even like people. Exactly. Like, seriously? Like, I don't think it was that deep. But No, Keenan is not a snuggly bunny, and it's upsetting because he looks like one, and girls tend to break their own hearts seeing what they want rather than seeing what it is. And that's the whole, effing point of this show.
The show is not about me. We've gotten off topic. It was loving yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Keenan loves himself a lot. So, ladies, this is what I need you to do. If you want to get past Keenan's defenses, if you're listening, turn up the volume.
No one wants
I need
to do that.
Look, turn on the volume, and I need you to listen. What you first got to do, you gotta call me, Louie, and give me a pizza, and then I'll tell you the secrets.
Well, that sounds really about his time, and I got to respect that, because time is the most important thing that we have, and if you're sharing your time with somebody who you don't see a future with, you're not only wasting your time, you're wasting their time too.
And
right.
And that's exactly how loving yourself is to respect your time. You should be doing what you can with your life to the optimal that you can. Like, that's what it is.
Absolutely.
And if you're wasting your time doing anything, we're not even just saying relationship. If you're wasting your time putting negative experiences into your day, it's taking away from you and how much you can just love yourself.
Okay, because the topic of this episode is self-love and being at a place where you even can have a healthy relationship and relationships with people. Even if you're in hookup situations, you need to understand what your feelings are. It's summertime in New York City. Anyone looking to hook up, pretend this is Moses giving you life-saving advice. My name in the book of Judges is the most holy assassin. You're getting advice from the most holy assassin in the whole Torah right now, telling you what you should do if you're looking to get laid. You should only be swiping right to people who are here on vacation. Your first question should be, where are you from? How long are you here? And when do you return? Mm-hmm. We've mentioned it before in other episodes, and we're going to drive it the fuck home, hopefully in this one today. If they say Belgium, swipe right. It's good. If they say Ohio, they can come visit you in 7.5 hours. You need to make sure you want to see this person again. There is a way to do this right. If you are a gentleman looking to hook up with a woman, and she says, sex, blah, 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 whatever, I'm only looking for a relationship. Unmatch that bitch. Don't negotiate. If you're looking to get laid, she is not for you. Done. It took me a very long time and a lot of failure to realize that I was almost what the person that I really want to be with would be. Here's where I ruined my own life. When it was too hard to close the deal with the types of people that I was dating and compatible with, rather than prattling on, persevering, finding what's wrong, maybe wrong with me. Now, wrong with me that's a huge blanket. What is wrong with us? It could be weight. It could be self-esteem. If you tell me that weight and self-esteem do not go hand in hand, I'm going to tell you you're a dumbass hippie that needs to learn some things.
Dumbass hippie?
Let me tell you, how we feel about ourselves definitely radiates through the universe. You will not catch me going outside. Even my clothes that I lounge around the house in, I make it my business to look good. Not for anybody else, for myself, for my self-esteem. So I feel like I'm projecting a happier person.
A Tim Westwood bag while she's lounging in her Gucci robe.
Excuse me, it's a Vivienne Westwood bag, and it's an original. It's from the fucking 80s. You don't know what you're talking about?
I don't. That's why I said
original
Tim Westwood.
Art school bag.
She's a British DJ.
British DJ. She's one of the best designers in the world. She's a legend. She's like the Joan Rivers of fashion. I should beat you. Seriously now. I don't talk about the blues and the reds and the sticks and the games and the basketballs. With the football field.
I apologize.
I don't know. I just give support.
Continue, holy assassin.
I'm like, what color is our team? I am that color for this sport. It doesn't matter. It's support. Anyway, finishing my thought, being now 13, we are now reigning in the 13th year of matchmaking. Woohoo! I realized I talk to men all the time that I set up with women like me. All right? What do they have that I lack? Once I was able to be real, I'm saying with myself, long look in the mirror, not me and the show, not me and the creator, the person in the mirror. I need to fix these things. I talk about all the time. Specific prayer.
You're right.
God.
So even,
You have to find out and be real and ready to accept there's one common denominator in all of our good and bad relationships, and that is us. In all of our successes and failures, we are the one common denominator. What keeps matchmakers in business is getting down to what is that failure that you need to correct. I've had women say to me that are beautiful, I've dated all these young men, da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da. You need to walk through the door and give nothing. You give nothing. And if a person leaves, they leave. Because anybody who loves you, they're not going to make you buy them. Women who've been chased after by younger men, once that stops at about 38, they come to me. But I've dated men that are 20 this and da-da-dee-da. And ain't none of these bitches put a ring on it, did they? You are life experience. Especially, you don't give a man, in my opinion, 365 days of your time without a date of closing. That's it. If you give a man more than a year of courtship and he doesn't marry you and you cry about it, I'm sorry, but the warning signs were there.
All right.
When it's right and when you're ready and you've grown and it's real, you have to take a look in the mirror. If you're heavy, fix it. I promise you.
I think you're exactly right on the way after the long about the way to actually like figure out how to love yourself more is to actually start with being honest with yourself. And everybody has insecurities. It's not to say that you're not going to have that, but it is to say be honest with yourself. And as long as you're working towards what you think strengthening your weaknesses are, that's how you continue to strengthen your relationship with yourself. To wrap up, you basically have to love yourself like Britain loves themselves.
Yep.
And fuck the EU.
That's right.
And just be by yourself because you love yourself that much. That is it.
That's so.
I'm saying what we're suggesting is not magic.
That's it. And then you can make up your own hashtags now. Every time I break up with somebody, it's going to be Kexit. Hashtag. I'm just going to send a tweet to her. I'm just like,
And then
I
for
don't
me,
like our immigration policy. You're bringing too many guests over to the house. So
yeah. But me, it's
I gotta go.
Me, it would be hashtag Benter.
To wrap up,
Mm-hmm.
John, we appreciate your time here. Is there anything that you want to promote?
I get a lot in good time with good people. How often do you hear that as a plug, right? Go buy my book, but I love you guys.
That's a first. Yael, what you got for the people?
Okay, so get the hell excited, ladies and gentlemen. Cosmetique of the Upper East Side has contracted me to be their spokesperson and infomercial lady. I'm going to be the face of their skincare line. This shit is ridiculous. We are going to be going through the pros and the cons of plastic surgery. What is too much? What is necessary? What the different procedures are, what they look like. I'm going to let them fix some shit on me. We're going to be doing the vampire facial. You can Google Cosmetique. Also, for those medically and legally licensed for cannabis in the state of California, you can go to foriapleasure.com. What?
In Colorado.
Our promo code is only legal in California.
Oh, never mind. I was wrong.
Okay. For those medically and legally licensed in the state of California for cannabis, please go to foriapleasure.com for either Foria Relief or Foria Pleasure Spray and put in the promo code for Love and Play for 10% off. That's FORIA pleasure.com. Continue to follow us on YouTube, Yael Meisels, for Love and Play. Like, share, subscribe. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, like, share, spread, download, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. If you want to be a guest, Louie gave you all that information at the beginning of the show. And thank you for all that you guys have done for us and keeping this going. It's amazing. Thank you.
Louie.
And me, you guys, if you're into conspiracy and conservative politics, check out my radio show, the Crotch Shot Radio Show, hosted by me, Louie B. And I am going to be doing a show July 5th on Tuesday at 9:30 at Comic Strip Live. That's located at 1568 2nd Avenue in New York City. All my details are on facebook.com/LouisBComedy. Take it away, Kanan!
And I will be a guest on the Crotch Shot Radio Show. We're going to be talking the Independence Day Resurgence movie.
That's
That should be very fun.
Yes.
Everybody knows all my information is updated on my website, www.keenanweaver.com. New Orleans, July 4th weekend. I'll be there. Check that out. And that's it. Keep loving. Keep